Hey, howdy, and welcome. It's just me again, just Justice James. The past couple of weeks, Nick and I haven't been doing our job because we had some important things going on. If you count becoming a deacon being important and going on a mission trip being important, then yeah, we had important things going on. So it's just me, and I'm going to try to do here a quick show about what's kind of going on. We've missed a few things, I know, but I'm still here to give you the news. Now, the most recent thing that's kind of come out, actually came out today, is drones will start delivering things in this is the Frisco, Little Elm area and areas kind of around North Texas. Mostly right now, it's kind of partnered with Walgreens. I'm not sure how to feel about this because when drones start delivering things to you, kind of seems like Big Brother's looking out for you. I don't know. Maybe a conspiracy theorist may have the right type of concern. I don't know, but it is kind of neat. I don't know what's wrong with doing regular mail, but I guess they're trying to go cheaper. It doesn't really explain in the article. It just kind of says what they're doing. However, it will possibly try to start delivering ice cream in the summer, which would be nice. So sorry, ice cream man, you're out of a job. So that's kind of an interesting thing that's going to happen. I really don't know what more to say about that, just because it's just a matter of fact. It doesn't really have an opinion one way or the other. Besides, I'm kind of freaked out that a drone is kind of be appearing near me and near my home. And moving on to Dan Patrick. Usually I have bad things to say about Dan Patrick because usually he puts his foot in his mouth any day that ends in Y. Except for this day. This day must have not ended in Y. He came out and said he wants a similar bill to the parental rights bill that is in Florida. Now, the critics have called this Don't Say Gay bill. Don't say gay. They can't once cite where it actually says in the 7-page bill where it says the word gay, but they say it says don't say gay. But Dan Patrick said he wants this to be in the legislative session and one of the top priorities. Now, I'm actually fine with this because it's sad that we have to do something like this, and the usual critics are, like I said, they say don't say gay, or then they also say, well, it's not happening, it's a waste of time. Well, why are you so freaked out if it's a waste of time? It kind of gives the game away, because if it's not happening, then why are you upset? So, yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. Why do you get so upset if it's not happening? Then let them waste their time. Let them waste their resources. Who cares? Don't pretend now that you actually care about budget. We've seen what the spending is like. We've seen from the federal to the state. We're just going to outspend the spending and make more money than God's ever seen. So, yeah, don't pretend now that you really care about the budget and say, oh, we could use it for this, we could use it for that. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't use it at all. So it doesn't matter. But anyways, that's what Dan Patrick is actually wanting to do. This is likely in response to Austin ISD having their Pride Week about a couple weeks ago, where they had LMNOP flags and had kids sponsoring it, had parades. The vice principal was actually seen with her little flag waving the parade, and then curiously enough, after Libs of TikTok posted it up on Twitter, she all of a sudden deleted her Twitter page. Oh, didn't know. Oh, wonder what happened there. Guess you didn't want to be full front like you said you were. But not Dan Patrick. Attorney General Paxton is filing suit against Austin ISD because they are going against what we do have on law that says you can't do stuff like this. This is a form of CRT. This is a form of child abuse. So you can't do this. You're having a whole school do it, and you're under the public dime doing it. So you're going to be filed suit. And Austin ISD saw that they were doing a suit, and they continued doing it anyways. They even ended off their whole thing with a nice show, which I'm not going to post on here, with people who are in, very risque attire and for kids. So, yeah, all of Nick and I's little things about Travis County, it's kind of true. At least in this instance, because here's what they're doing. It's kind of weird. Kind of seems something that would be unneeded at this age. Kind of want to focus on, arithmetic or spelling or reading. But no. Don't worry about those 2 years we've been out of school. Let's focus on this LGB LMNOP BS. I have no idea why they want to push this down the throats of children. I have an idea of why, actually, but until you actually show malice, I'm not going to say it's malice. I think right now that's just trying to have many activists because who else are more impressionable than children? So, yeah, that's that. Another thing we forgot to mention, because we've been out, is the luckiest 16-year-old ever. Now, I'll post it. You'll see the video. This young man, Riley Leon. He was driving, I'm trying to look at my notes here. Driving home on U.S. Highway 290 from an interview with Whataburger. During the tornadoes 2 weeks ago. Terrifying. It was terrifying for me at my place. Sure, it was terrifying for others because you probably either got hit or had the winds that made you think you were going to get hit. It was terrifying. Well, he's driving on the highway, and you'll see it. Tornadoes coming through. And puts him on his side, spins him around 180, and somehow flips it back. And the dude just books it and says, I'm going home. I'm getting the heck out of here. And he drives off into the night. Well, then pictures come up later to see the side of his truck. It's all destroyed. And I don't know how that sucker was drivable after it got hit by a tornado. But it was. Looks like God was watching somebody. Well, cool enough, a dealership in Fort Worth has actually come out, and they have given it to him already because, again, we missed a lot of time. They have given him a brand new truck because they said, this is an amazing act. I don't know how you survived, and we want to capitalize on this instance of you actually surviving the whole thing. And let's see the dealership's name. Bruce Lowry Chevrolet. They would give him a brand new 2022 Chevrolet Silverado. Now that's awesome. That's just awesome. It's just local people serving, or local companies serving local people. And for them, it's a great way to market. It's like, yeah, we're the people who gave to that tornado kid. And that's awesome. Who cares the reason they can do for the PR? But the kid whose truck was destroyed, while trying to do a good thing of being 16 and having a job, going to an interview, he now has a brand new truck to drive to that job. Hopefully he got the job. I mean, come on. Whataburger. You got to hire this kid. He can manage anything. He's good with intense situations, obviously. So that's what's going on right now. I'm sure that Nick and I will have another video sometime later this week, possibly actually early next week, because I believe Nick gets back from his mission trip this weekend. So I'm not dead sure. I know this is really short. I know there's not a lot of analytics. I know it's not a lot of fun stuff between me and Nick where we see that Nick is wrong constantly. But that's it. But I do want to mention a shorter note. Currently right now, and it's national, is the Supreme Court Justice Katanji Brown. Katanji Jackson. She will be up for confirmation this week. Last night they had to go to the Senate for it to even bring it out of the actual committee to the Senate. She'll likely get confirmed. There's not really a worry about that because you have the numbers, and then you have some squishy Republicans saying we're going to vote for her anyways. And I get it; she's the most qualified because she went to an elite school, and she went to an elite school again, and then she started doing the whole circus. She went from the lower courts to the middle, and now here you go. And fine, if you want to have that as credentials, that's fine. People from the right are going against her because she wouldn't define the word woman. I personally find that because you didn't style the question in a way that was legal, I'm not going to be painted into a corner, so I'm not going to answer it. However, she did kind of give a basis for the right and saying I'm not a biologist. Oh, so now it's biology. Okay. Well, this is the most qualified left. This is the most qualified. Let's hear it. It's biology now. They're not going to go back to that. They're not going to quibble that fact. But what I will say is that when it comes to lighter sentences, this is another trope that's been going on from the right. And they do have a point in certain instances, and I won't defend her whatsoever when it comes to it. However, I will kind of temper a statement she said to it because there was an exchange back and forth with Lindsey Graham and was talking about the recommendations and then when she was actually initially doing these rulings. Now, the rulings are far less than the recommendations of the prosecutors. That's a given. There's proof already out there. Again, I'll try to post a video for her, Lindsey Graham. It's really long, but if you go back to about 24-minute time frame, you can see the whole exchange of which I'm talking about. She stated when the rules were written, that was as if whenever you would send out mail and then receive mail or a few emails back and forth, maybe receiving a plethora of hundreds, and let me just get this out there. If you're messing with child porn, I kind of put you in the same thing as for a rapist. Castration, hanging, either way, you shouldn't be in society ever again. But besides that point, when she said, when the rulings were written, it was for an earlier time, and the law had not sped up or been defined to work with the internet, which is so ubiquitous now. Internet's used everywhere. And she said, in a massive 15 minutes, you can have thousands of pictures within a few clicks. To which Lindsey Graham says, good, I hope you go to prison, good. And then he makes his whole little, stand and does his little thing. And people aren't really looking at it. They're kind of like, I can't believe she would say that. I can't believe she's too lenient on the sentencing. Well, it's kind of originalist because she's looking at the text and what does it say? Well, okay, what does it say and what was the definition of when that was written? Well, the definition of when that was written didn't include the internet. Didn't really include the way we can click and share and everything we do now. So, as hard as it may be to swallow, it kind of is originalist because she's looking at the text of when it was written and she's applying it to the law as it's written now. So, again, I won't defend her when it comes to doing light sentences to people who purchase, deal, whatever in child pornography, but her answer has a little bit more to it than the simple want to get mad at her thing, which is politics. So I'll end it with that because that's probably a lot for people to chew on, and it's probably something you wouldn't hear me say. And again, I don't want to defend her, but it's kind of an originalist statement. So as dark as it may seem with everything that's going on, the stars at night are big and bright. We'll see you next week.